Everyone thinks anonymous letters are just harmless pranks. They're catastrophically wrong. In Circleville, Ohio, a quiet town nestled in the cornfields, an anonymous pen unleashed a reign of terror that lasted nearly 2 decades. This wasn't a random act. It was a targeted, calculated campaign of psychological warfare. It began in 1976. Letters, crudely hand-printed, started arriving at homes and businesses. Their content was specific, intimate, and deeply disturbing, revealing secrets only close acquaintances could possibly know. The initial target was Mary Gillespie, a school bus driver. The letters accused her of an affair with the local school superintendent, Gordon Massey. The allegations were false, but the poison had been sown. Her husband, Ron Gillespie, was initially skeptical, but the letters continued, escalating in their threats and their insidious detail, chipping away at his trust and peace of mind. One fateful day, Ron received a letter so menacing, he decided to act. It threatened his family directly. He grabbed his gun and drove to confront the supposed letter writer, as hinted at in the notes. He never made it. Ron Gillespie was found dead in his truck, a single gunshot wound to the head. The official ruling, suicide, but many in Circleville, and Mary most of all, suspected otherwise. The letters didn't stop with Ron's death. They diversified, targeting other townspeople, spreading rumors, exposing perceived transgressions, and creating an atmosphere of paranoia and suspicion. Mary Gillespie, despite her grief, became determined to find the letter writer. She herself received more letters, some mocking Ron's death, others threatening her children. Then a breakthrough. In 1983, a letter arrived at Mary's home containing a bizarre clue, a drawing of a skull and crossbones, and a cryptic message about a specific location. Mary, following her instincts, drove to the location. There, she found a sign nailed to a tree, identical to the letter's unique printing style. It was a trap, but also a vital piece of evidence. Forensic analysis of the sign pointed to Paul Fresher, Mary Gillespie's brother-in-law. Fresher was arrested, charged, and convicted of attempted murder for planting the sign. Fresher maintained his innocence, claiming he was framed. He insisted he was a target of the real Circleville letter writer, just like everyone else. The town, however, breathed a collective sigh of relief. But the relief was short-lived. Even with Fresher in prison, the letters continued. From inside his cell, Paul Fresher himself received letters, taunting him, written in the very same distinctive hand. This shocking development shattered the prevailing narrative. How could Fresher be the writer if he was receiving letters while incarcerated? The true perpetrator was still at large. The case gained national attention, featured on shows like Unsolved mysteries. Theories abounded: a disgruntled postal worker, a family member, or perhaps even a group working together. Despite renewed efforts, no definitive answers emerged. Paul Fresher was eventually paroled in 1994, still proclaiming his innocence. The letters, for the most part, ceased around that time. The Circleville letter writer remains one of America's most perplexing unsolved true crime cases. A faceless tormentor whose motives and identity are still shrouded in mystery. The psychological impact on the town was profound, trust eroded, and suspicion lingered. The terror wasn't from violence, but from the insidious power of words, wielded by an unseen hand. To this day, the true Circleville letter writer has never been unmasked, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions in a small Ohio town. Explore another chilling story of an unseen threat in our next investigation.